Steve, thank you. Right now, thousands of inmates are spending their final night locked up behind bars. Tomorrow, states across the country are letting prisoners go free. Here's where all the inmates are being released. More than 800 will walk out right here in Florida, just down to 863 to be exact. News Channel 5's Michelle Casada explains why they're getting out early.
Free to go on time served. Those will be the words 6,000 federal prisoners across the country will hear starting tomorrow through November 2nd, one of the largest federal inmate discharges in history.
For every federal inmate that's now released into our state or into my county will pose a threat to my deputies, will pose a threat to the law-abiding citizens of Martin County.
Sheriff William Snyder in Martin County says this is cause for alarm for any sheriff in Florida. The Sunshine State will have the second largest number of inmates released after Texas, 863.
Our real concern is right here in Martin County, we know already of one being released who's a convicted sex offender, who has a violent past of weapons violations, will be released and living right here in Hope Sound.
The prisoners who will be released were jailed for nonviolent crimes in the 80s and 90s. The penalties for those drug-related charges were downgraded in 2014 and retroactively applied to current inmates serving. Sheriff Snyder says it undoes the hard work of law enforcement.
Many of these inmates were sentenced for state charges, and we in good faith allowed the federal government to take the case over and prosecute it in federal court. Those are really our prisoners.
The sheriff says with South Florida being a hot spot for drug trafficking, he fears it means an increase of drugs coming into Martin County.
We see cocaine and marijuana being imported by the ton into Miami, and it comes right up through Martin County, up through the state, and then out throughout the United States. So this is a very unwelcome development for us in law enforcement.
Michelle Casada, WPTV News Channel 5.